Sir, again, you are on
Sorry,
two
sorry.
microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah. So today I'm going to explain a different topic, and it's a very interesting one. One is like entrepreneurship, another is bootstrapping. So we are going to discuss entrepreneurship versus bootstrapping. What are the pros and what are the cons, and when to choose what. So, like, I think everyone is familiar with this idea, but just for information to everyone. So, let's define what is an entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship refers to the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise along with its uncertainties. So, this is the key term, uncertainties, with the goal of making a profit. So, it involves taking calculated risk. The risk factor is there, discovering opportunities and creating value in the marketplace. So, things to note here that, like, if you are going for entrepreneurship, so it is full of uncertainties, but still you are, as an entrepreneur, going to take some calculated risk to discover the opportunities and creating the value. So when it is like creating the value, it is creating value for the customers and value for yourself and value for all the stakeholders, in the sense that making profit for yourself also, for the investors. That is the goal. It's not like I found out a problem and I try to solve it and there is no profit. So or maybe you should show that there is a potential profit in the long term. Maybe today you are not making profit, so maybe tomorrow you are going to show that through your analysis graphs and like forecasting that tomorrow I'm going to make profit. So there are several examples like Flipkart, and also today they are not making profits. Maybe few days back they started making profits, but from the very beginning they have an idea, they took and calculated risks, and that's how they grew. So these are something related to the entrepreneurship. Coming to the on the contrary, we have something like bootstrapping. Bootstrapping is nothing but, in a simpler term, on your own. So that means it describes a situation which an entrepreneur starts a company with little capital. You start very small from your personal finance, relying on money other than outside investments. So in entrepreneurship, you start with maybe your money and angel funding, then you rely on the external investment. But in bootstrapping, it's by on your own. So you found out an idea which you think you can be scalable or you can make profit, and like with like here also you are taking risks, but the risk is very minimum, and also the growth of growing the organization is little slow, but if you see the success stories, like bootstrapping always gives better return and it's a stable business. And I'm going to explain some of the successful business stories, like where bootstrapping uh, is doing potentially well in the today's Indian market. Okay, now starting from entrepreneurship. So what is the pros? Pros, like, you will have the access to the capital. Capitals comes either from the venture capital, angel investors, or maybe you can go for crowdfunding. So these are there. Now also the scale and growth potential. So this is the key term. So if you started a business and it is not scalable or there is no growth potential, we cannot put that into the entrepreneurship category. Maybe it will be some sort of opening a shop or maybe opening a small business. So there is a key difference between entrepreneurship and starting a small business, that is that scale and growth potential. Are you able to make your idea to grow from X to 10x, from 10x to 100x, and 100x to 1000x, or maybe million x? So this is the key idea that entrepreneurship focuses on. And the pros is like network and expertise. You have to meet many people in your own domain, and also like you will have uh, you will have people from various background, and you start the business, so then you will establish the connections. So why this is an approach? Pros is like you will get mentorship and industry connections, specialized knowledge. And many times it happens, entrepreneur who starts a business, after some time they close the business and move it to another one. There are several stories like that. So the thing is that once you start the entrepreneurship, you should also open to the new ideas, new way of making profit, or maybe new way of running the same business in a different time zone or a different place. So these are the things. But there is also some disadvantages. It's like every time you go for raising the money or raising the investment, so you have to dilute the ownership. So that means that if I started a business with 100 rupees with 100%, tomorrow I want to raise 1000 rupees. I'll say that, okay, my business value is now 10,000 rupees, give me 1000 rupees and you take the 10%. So this is the dilution of ownership happens. That means that I raise some capital which is more than my business value. Generally, on paper it like equivalent to your business value, but there will be some uh, extra factor which gives an edge. But the thing is that every time I raise money, I have to dilute my ownership. And once you raise the money from external funding, you have a pressure to perform. And sometimes it happens that you get lot of money, and with those investors, their expertise comes and they try to push you on your edge. They try to make you make profits. They will try to push you to hire many peoples. And the worst part is when you are not making profit, they will try to close the business, or maybe they will ask you to lay off some of your employees. So which is very painful. You can even now you can see that Google is laying off, or maybe SpiceJet is now recently laying off 1,400 people. It's all because of pressure to perform from the investor's point of view. So as an investors, everyone wants to make profit. So for them, every people is a resource, human resource. For them, there is no emotional value. If business is not making profit, you have to lay off people. So that is the like very painful point for an entrepreneur or for an CEO or the business owner. But they have to go through that track because they have taken the money from external funding. Now coming to the risk of failure. So entrepreneurship, you can see now like more than 95% business fail. So that is like everyone knows it. That's how they bet on your business. That's how they see how potential growth trajectory for your business is, what is the market, what is the sizable market that you are going to serve. So all these things comes into the picture, and that's how the failure risk is there. And there are also some risk mitigation mechanisms are there, which you can as an entrepreneur people use, and as a evaluator they access your business. Now coming to the some of the successful stories. So I have given some of the examples, like I could have given the example of Flipkart, or maybe Myntra, or maybe some startups like those who are doing well. But I have given some example which are profitable from day one. So I have given some example like Dosa Plaza. Dosa Plaza started by founded by Prem Ganpati in 1992. It's very old. Probably at that time entrepreneurship has a very little knowledge by everyone. Now the chai point, everyone is having tea either in the supermarket, either in a very large mall, or maybe some outlets in Bengaluru. That you'll see that chai point is there. So they're making profit. And they have taken also external funding. That's why I have put them into this category. Paperboat started making they started delivering the juice, or like fruit juice, and also with some sort of memory that you can Paperboat try to play with your childhood memory, that Paperboat is what you trying to play during monsoon season. So it was founded by Neeraj Kakkar and James Nuttal, Suhas Misra and Neeraj Biani in 2013. They are making profit. They captured some of the markets by Coca-Cola and even the fruity Maja in that category, and they're making good profit. Wow Momo provides Momo, and they are also making profit. Bauxite is also into that category. So one thing you can see that many of the technology startups that they have started, like people have started, is not making profit from day zero or maybe day one. So when I filtered out all the startups, those who are making profit, or maybe the entrepreneurship venture, those are making profit from the day one, I found all these are into same category. It is into the food business. So India is like maybe people of 1.4 billion people. It's a country of 1.4 billion people. So we may think that here technology will make a lot of money, like Infosys, TCS, and all. So they made profit, but in long term. But what runs the business is the like if you start a roti kapda makan business, or like starting from the roti, the food business, people make profit. And now coming to the bootstrapping. So bootstrapping also has some pros and cons. It's not like a very thing that if you start bootstrapping you will make profit and there is no loss factor. So one thing, the pros is you have full ownership because you started on your own. So bootstrapping, that you have complete control over the business decision. So you hire how many people that you require, and you may not hire or you do it on your own when it is not required, or try to manage by yourself. And also it gives you like financial autonomy because there is no reliance or on external funding, or means that you have a greater financial independence. Now, bootstrapping is becomes successful when you have a sustainable business model. So bootstrapping encourages lean operations and sustainable growth. You start from a very small idea, which you can solve by on your own. You try to find a customer from the day one. You try to sell it, then you make some